Picture a finale where Rey forged her own path and was never a Palpatine, Kylo Ren fell deeper into the dark side, and Finn inspired a galaxy to rise up. Let's talk about Star Wars Episode 9, Duel of the Fates. Welcome back to What If Cinema. Today we're breaking down the Duel of the Fates, the undeveloped Star Wars Episode 9 film. We'll look at how Colin Trevorrow developed a film, what the tone in the story would have been, and casting characters planned to appear, and finally, why it was abandoned in favor of The Rise of Skywalker. In 2015, Lucasfilm hired Colin Trevorrow, the director of Jurassic World, to write and direct Episode 9. The project's tone was very different from what audiences eventually got. Instead of nostalgia and legacy reveals, Colin leaned into a darker, more political story about uprising and sacrifice. Mark Hamill was later quoted as saying, "I read Colin's script. It was a lot darker and a lot more in line in where I thought the story was heading." John Boyega admitted, "I liked some of Colin's ideas for Finn. He had Finn leading an uprising. That would have been big for me." But Lucasfilm wasn't entirely sold. The Hollywood Reporter noted that at the time, the relationship between Colin and the studio had become unmanageable, and that after multiple drafts, they still didn't have alignment on the story. Most of the sequel trilogy's stars were set to return. Daisy Ridley as Rey, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, John Boyega as Finn, Oscar Isaac as Poe, Kelly Marie Tran as Rose, and Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in Force Ghost form. Leia was meant to play a central role, what Colin called the emotional heart of the story. There were also persistent rumors of British actor Matt Smith being cast as the mysterious dark-side character. While Smith later denied it, outlets like Variety and Esquire reported he was attached at one point. Many believe this role was the ancient Sith Master Tor Valum, a new villain who would have trained Kylo Ren. So what was the plot of the unmade Star Wars film? The First Order controls the galaxy, silencing communication between planets. Rey, Finn, Poe, and Rose launch a mission to light an ancient Jedi beacon on the planet Coruscant to rally the rebellion. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren seeks out Tor Valum, an ancient Sith who teaches him to drain the Force from living beings. His face becomes scarred by a Sith holocron left by Palpatine, and he descends further into the dark side. Finn and Rose lead an uprising of ordinary people on the planet, completing Finn's journey from stormtrooper to revolutionary leader. Rey continues to wrestle with her identity, and in this version, she remains a nobody. Daisy later said, "I've seen bits of what Colin wrote. It was different. It kept Rey as nobody, which I always loved about The Last Jedi." The climax sees Rey and Kylo in a final duel. She tries to redeem him, but Kylo refuses, and he dies consumed by darkness. Rey survives, carrying on the Jedi legacy, and the film ends with her training a new generation of Jedi children. So why didn't Duel of the Fates make it to the theaters? First, creative differences. Colin and Lucasfilm were often at odds, and insiders reported that he was difficult to work with after his film The Book of Henry flopped. Second, Carrie Fisher's passing in 2016. Leia was supposed to be central, and with her gone, the script needed massive rewrites. Lastly, fan backlash to The Last Jedi. Colin's draft built a Rian Johnson's theme, but Disney wanted something more nostalgic. As Kevin Smith put it on his podcast, "I've heard the Duel of the Fates script was bonkers. Disney got cold feet." And finally, there was never a cohesive plan for the trilogy. Each director wrote their own film, and Colin's story conflicted with Johnson's choices. Chris Terrio, who co-wrote The Rise of Skywalker, admitted, "We weren't trying to destroy what Colin had done. His script was bold, but with Carrie's passing, the whole story had to be rethought." In the end, J.J. Abrams returned to wrap things up with The Rise of Skywalker, retconning many of Johnson's ideas and bringing back Palpatine. But fans still debate, would Colin's darker, more political charged finale had been a better ending? Or was Disney right to play it safe? What do you think? Would you rather have seen Duel of the Fates, or are you happy with the ending we got? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.